Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Andromeda from Lily Moon. This tangle caught my eye. I like just like the look of it. Um, it just has this neat, delicate look, and I don't know, I just really like it, and I hope you do too. All right, starts off with I think I've heard this called a tethered orb. I mean, you could consider it like a teardrop, or if you've done the Tangle Flux, it's kind of like Rick's version of Flux. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna start here, and I'm gonna draw. There we go, nice and big. I keep drawing them too small. So we'll pretend that this is your border line, or where you want it, because I'm going to draw across this side. So one, your first one goes like up at a diagonal, and then we're going to go from about the middle of this, and we're going to aim this one kind of down at a diagonal. Okay, so then it'll kind of look like this. Then this last one, we're going to from halfway again. We're going to do this same. We're doing the same shape, obviously, but we're just gonna. It's just kind of rinse and repeat. From the middle, we go down, so it's kind of like up, down, along. Whatever line or whatever direction that you want this to go. And I am fighting with myself because, as you can see, I start big and then I go small. This is just apparently how I'm going to be doing this one. But you know what? That's okay too, right? Whoops, went off the page. All right. Okay, so that's how we start. So whatever direction you want to go, I could see this neatly going in a circle, or just around, like even as a border, maybe squared off. That is kind of up to your creativity. Then we're going to be adding the same shape, but utilizing the Hollabaugh technique. And we start off with, so the ones that are angled up, we're going to start with those and start with them. And on the, we'll just call this the top side. If I was looking at it this way, it would just kind of be like the left side. Now I'm turning my tangle so it's comfortable for me. But what we're going to do is, it's the same shape, but let's say it's about maybe almost halfway underneath this one. So I'm going to make it just maybe a little bit smaller, but I'm going to do that. Ooh, kind of looks like a heart, doesn't it? And I'm just going to do this side. And I have found that I have a definite lack of consistency in mine. And so if you do too, don't even worry about it. All right, and then we're going to do the same for the underside. And I'm just bringing this back to kind of how I have it on the step out. So that way I find I have to do that just so that way, like, okay, let me get my bearings again. Okay, then this one we're going to go on the underside. And I am turning my tile again so it's comfortable. And going back to that same point as well. Like as if they're together, and you've just um, what would you, how, I forget how you would call that, where you're just kind of spreading them out, like if you play cards and you spread out your cards. All right, next step, this is where we're gonna it's a more involved Hollabaugh. I'm gonna put it that way. So starting up here, and now we're gonna go on the other side of the main one. And this time, because we're going on this side, we have to Hollabaugh this one also. So the first one is easy because we're just going, it's just halfway, so it's almost like it's a big C shape. And that is going to stay true on this side, but we have to contend with that. Like that. Now, I should have explained. So for the Hollabaugh technique, that we're drawing behind. And, and if you're new to Zentangle, For the first one, it is really almost like drawing a C if you could just imagine the other half. But so like if I was drawing this other half, you could kind of picture it right here and then go. This one, same idea on the other side, but you just pick up your pen and travel it across, where you don't want, or I should say where you want to go underneath. Put your pen down on the other side and continue. And then we're going to do this for all of these. And helps if I connect that. All right. And then same thing here. We're, so we've done, to the bottom. This one's going to be on the top. And then the same idea where we just have to watch for the Hollabaugh going through a lot here. Now this one, I keep making this one kind of thin. Well, both of them on the sides, and that's kind of how they are. In the description section, there'll be also a link to Tangle Patterns where this is housed, and you can take a look at Lily's step out herself, just to kind of compare and look at how she does these sides. You could maybe even separate them a little bit more. That's just that's another thought. Now, what makes this so my brain goes, well, that looks awful. But wait. But wait. This is why I love Zentangle. So I'm just going to look at this, and then I'm going to ignore my own thoughts, and then to kind of finish it off, we're going to draw a straight line up the middle of our first stroke, right? Our first shape. Straight line, and you can kind of stop it wherever you want. We'll put a little orb on top and then a couple dots. This is like a great variation on my favorite thing to do, which is that line dot dot, because it totally, in my thoughts, just makes a tangle just, I don't know, it finishes it off so neatly. It to me, it turns what I think looks not so great in my tangling and makes it like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. And we're going to do that on both sides. And to me, that makes it look just a little bit better. Then we can do some shading. Now, I did notice, so Lily has a variation in hers, and it was really, if you wanted to fill in extra, well, we'll just do that, because that might make me more happy with this. You can just continue to fill in extra. We'll call them leaves or petals, whichever way you want to look at it. So like here, if I want to continue, and I'm going into that center, I'm working backwards, because you know what? Sometimes it's just better to do that. Work backwards. And you could add more than one if you want to. Like that. And there's something neat about having it fill in that space a little bit. And so that is completely up to you. I like it the first way. And as we were, where now I'm having trouble seeing what line is which line. Oh, okay. Well, that I guess we'll go over a little bit. On our last Tangle Time session, we talked about this issue of when you're just not happy with something that you've done, and sometimes it just means you're not quite done yet. So you can continue to fill that out as you like. It's to your taste, because that's what Zentangle is about, making yourself happy, and that's all. All right. So some finishing ideas, just to do a little bit of shading. I'm going to come and put some graphite on these little points. That's the other thing sometimes that makes it, is when you get to the shading part and it's just like, what was I thinking? I didn't like this. How could I have not liked this? It's gorgeous. And I'm just spreading the graphite up a little bit. I think Oh, and I'm picturing. Oh, this could be so. You know what? It's neat already, and the shading. Oh, that just does it. That's so cool. I just I don't know what it is. It's magic. It's the magic of Zentangle, honestly. Because now I'm looking, I'm like, what was I thinking was so icky? I don't know. Because once it's done, it's just I don't know. It's just neat. So I hope you enjoyed this tangle. I think it's a neat addition to a lot of the organic or nature what do I naturey flowery type tangles, and would be a great border. I'm picturing with chalk pencils, and whatever color that you might want to do, and using that instead of the graphite. That could be really cool. So anyway, in the description, uh, again, there are the step outs. Also, below the step out links are links to connect with me if you would like to. I just to let you know, I do live classes online. I do some paid, some free, but mostly free. And there's other ways to connect if you'd like to join a community of tanglers that are super supportive, and we have a lot of fun, and would love to have you join us, even if you just like to come and just and look, because there's I don't know, it's a really really great group, and would love to have more fun people, more fun supportive people join us. If you like the video, also thumbs up are greatly appreciated. If you liked it enough to see more and you have not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribing to the channel is free. Um, and you also make sure that you select how you want to be notified, if you want to be notified at all. And yeah, so I appreciate all the subscribe, share, all of that stuff. And other ways to follow me, I guess, are on my website as well. I'm trying to think of what else, but it doesn't matter. Um, would just love to have you connect. The more tanglers in the community, the better, and the more fun we're gonna have. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I wish you happy tangling.